Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Mic check.
Christmas intro. Cool.
Interesting things said by uninteresting people. You're hosted by Ben and Tom. Interesting things said by uninteresting people.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Things Said by Uninteresting People.
Super uninteresting people.
Super uninteresting people. My name's Ben, and I'm joined, as always, by the far more festive half of the podcast, Tom.
His tree's way better than mine. I don't know why I'm the festive half. Ben is definitely the festive half.
I think today we are somewhat handicapped by the fact that I didn't say this to you before. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather.
Have you?
With a sexy, gross voice. But also, it's too early in the morning.
It is. It's for those of you out there. It's 10:36 a.m.
Now, normally this is like an evening event.
We've had a beer by now.
Usually,
There's one on the go.
old prude Tom over here turned it down for 10 o'clock in the morning.
Don't call me old-fashioned, but I went for a cup of tea instead today.
Oh, so if this, and also I don't know about you, but I'm feeling quite worn down. Leading into Christmas now, so I
feel
like
alright.
I'm running on fumes.
Running on fumes. I'm just like happy work's over and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe it is for you too.
Right in.
You're
Because you're in education, aren't you? You work, so you get a ludicrously long period of time off over Christmas.
It sounds better than it is, but yeah, we do.
Yeah. How do you normally spend that time? Do you just roll around enjoying it?
Yeah. I guess now I'm going to spend it making videos because I don't get that time anymore as such, because I used to be part-time a year ago. I was part-time for 2 years, which was amazing. And I'd love to go back.
Good old days, yeah.
But I had a lot more time then, but I don't. So I'll do that over Christmas probably and try and tie up two. I've got one on the go at the moment and I've got an idea for another one. So probably just that. How about you?
Mate, well, I've actually finished up my last job now.
Have you?
Yeah.
What, you're
trying to keep this like short enough to be interesting for the podcast.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've done my last day at my last optician's practice.
No, that's a big deal.
It is, mate. It's a huge deal. It is a massive.
Are they sad?
Not yet. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it wouldn't be.
No, they liked it.
They liked it. They're happy I'm gone. Yeah. No, it was like kind of applauding as I left. And I did. I've been there for 9.5 years, so it's.
Well, that is a long time.
It's a long time to stop doing it. But the new business that we're setting up, that me and another chap are setting up, is ready to go, and I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome.
We've been given the go ahead by the NHS and all the different things that we need.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. So it's proper.
It's
confirmed.
Yeah, we've got people booked in, mate.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. It's we talked about this before. I think on one of the maybe even about a year ago when we started, we talked about imposter syndrome when you're making creative stuff, where you feel like you're going to get found out that you're not a real writer or a real videographer or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I do feel a little bit like that.
Turns out I'm just Ben.
Dude. I feel like this might not be interesting for people, but you have to sort out the tax for opticians. It's a funny VAT that you pay basically in the UK. And so I had to send off a letter saying, hey, we're setting up this business. I think our VAT rate should be this. And she sent the very, very nice woman at the tax office sent me back a letter, basically slapping me down and going, no,
oh, really?
Not having any of it.
Oh, no.
But we had a bit of a discussion, and now I feel, now we've got it sorted. And so I kind of feel like I've shed a little bit of that imposter syndrome, you know? So I'm starting to feel a bit like, no, this is legit. We are doing this properly. It is fine. So, mate, as I say, as maybe it's only a personal thing, but it's
a similar vibe when you asked me to perhaps make a video for it. It's like, well,
yes,
are you sure if that's what you want? Because I just make around phones, man.
Dude, I know, no. It's gonna. You wait. 2018 is gonna be the year of
2K18.
Bite Review presents optical equipment.
Brought to you, mate. I'll do it for free as long as I have a massive advert on the front and on the back.
It's like, you may be watching this to book in an eye test, but at the same time, have you seen the camera functions on the new S8?
Yeah. Wow. Everyone will be wearing like Big Bite Review t-shirts.
Yeah. Talk about it in
People
focus.
watching it in the background.
Yeah.
you just read this? Can you see this video for me from where you are now?
Yeah. Tell me how close I have to bring this bite review video before you can read it. Or it'll be like the fake patients in the video going, well, I can't really read my bite review YouTube comments with my current glasses. Oh, awesome. yeah, dude. So that's good. It's all going well.
Excellent.
Are you looking forward to Christmas itself? I know that's a bit of a low-hanging question, but
yeah, no, it'll be good. We always go to Sophie Zerbida's house. I know she won't be listening.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't mean that offensively.
The very famous.
No, yeah. So yeah, we go there once a year. It's been the same for like, I want to say like 5 or 6 years now. We've done that.
Good man, cool dude.
So yeah, it's always really fun, always great. I always have to drive though because I go and see Callie afterwards. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like there getting drunk and having a laugh. I'm not saying that I'm not. I am having a laugh. I'm just not getting drunk.
Just to clarify, I am having a laugh.
Yeah. Oh, I am having a laugh.
Yeah.
No, it's always good. And then I always shoot off at about 6 or something and watch. Hopefully watch the Peep Show Christmas special because even though I don't think it even is a Christmas special, but it's my favourite Christmas episode of anything of all time.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Have you seen it?
I have, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
it's my favourite.
Dude, I don't know why my brain went to this because there's always talk of new Peep Show.
Yeah.
But there is new League of Gentlemen.
Oh, I saw
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I don't know, like I say, man, I don't know where my train of thought went there.
Because I think, was it series 3 of it got like really weird?
Right.
There's like first couple of series like haha it's a joke comedy thing, and then it just got longer storylines of each character.
Exactly, yeah.
And things got bizarre.
I think it got really weird because it was series 3 where it started to be like each episode, like you say, but each episode focused on one. It was like a coherent thing, wasn't it? I didn't like that so much, if I'm honest.
No, yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah, I hope from the trailers for the new series, I hope they've gone back to the more sketch kind of sketch basis to it.
But I haven't watched that in years and years and years.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen it in years.
We had a Netflix watch through not too long ago. It holds up, man.
Does it?
Holds up, yeah.
That's good. I always found the frog people particularly strange.
Yeah.
Or the bondage guy.
Oh,
just
yeah,
wants to be a gardener or something. It's so weird.
Dude. Because his wife's really into it and he doesn't really see that much.
He's much more happy to just like... Yeah. He's like, I just want to go to the garden centre today.
Oh, not to whip around. I guess it is vaguely related, but not to kind of whip around the podcast topic too much. But speaking of Netflix things, have you seen Black Mirror Series 4?
No, I've seen the trailer for it.
Oh, no, sorry, yeah, that's what I mean, the trailer.
Yeah, I have. It looks like proper amped up this year.
It
with
really does, man.
The Star Trek spoof, I guess it is, and all that sort of stuff.
That's a long episode as well, I hear.
Oh, is it?
It was, I don't know why this was in, it was like a trailer made by a website.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So I don't think, when they kind of critique or they comment on the trailer, and it was saying it's like an hour and 17.
Wow.
It's a long old
like film.
Yeah, like a short little film, yeah.
Man, I feel like the worst Black Mirror fan ever because I've only watched like 4 or 5 episodes of season 3 and that's it. Yeah. I haven't watched any more since. It's so bleak though. I found it really hard to watch.
Oh mate,
I like it.
I'll repeat to you my advice and to the listener as well. The Christmas special. Now that we're entering that time of year, the Christmas special of Black Mirror is the one to watch. Yeah, dude, really.
I'll try and make a note to watch it. Man, I think every time I've thought about watching it, I'm like, I could stick it on now, but I don't want to be depressed.
I could stay happy.
Yeah,
for the
I could
rest
just
of the
stay
day.
happy. That's funny.
Speaking of Christmas though, and Christmas specials, we rewatched my favourite childhood Christmas movie the other day.
Which is
Santa Claus the movie. 1985's Santa Claus the movie.
Was it like a long film?
It's a film, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's weird to kind of go back to it. We don't have to spend too long talking about this, but I want to tell you about it because it's the film that when I was little, every year I'd get the Radio Times and go, when's it going to be on? They're going to show it. When's it going to be on? It's a weird film. It's got Dudley Moore in it. It's got John Lithgow in it as well as the bad guy.
Right.
Hamming it up, chewing scenery like there's no tomorrow. It's hilarious. But it's weird that because as I was finding somewhere to download it to watch it, you come across the reviews from the time, and it's like a 3-star movie.
Yeah,
it wasn't a hit,
film,
but it wasn't rubbish. But someone made a really good point in the first paragraph of the review that showed up in the Google results.
Yeah.
they're saying its main failing is that it's 2 movies sellotaped together.
Right.
And it kind of is. Because the first half is amazing. It's a proper old Christmas... Because it's about... it's set hundreds and hundreds of years ago to start with. And this old peasant guy gets lost in the snow and becomes Father Christmas.
Right.
He gets taken in by the elves, and it's all very "you're the chosen one" and all that. It's actually
wow.
quite a weirdly recent take on it, where it's like a gritty reboot of Father Christmas, but it's all very sweet. Yeah, everything's all primary colours. Like they're making wooden toys, like yellow, red, and blue toys. You know,
this is like live action. This is
yeah. Sorry, yeah. It's live action. And Dudley Moore's like one of the elves, and then Burgess Meredith is in it as well. You know, he's in everything. He played the Penguin in Batman TV series.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Real he's in loads of it. He's Mickey in Rocky as well. He's like his old trainer.
Oh, okay.
But he's in it as like an old ancient elf that comes down and goes, "You are the chosen one," you know. Dude, so this first half of this movie is all very sweet, all very, you know, he's learning to be Father Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it takes a turn, right, where it goes through the years. It goes through hundreds of years, you know. Yeah. And now it's modern day, or like the 80s. So
yeah,
make of that what you want. And then it's like this lovable street urchin who he helps, and he's got a fancy mate who lives in in this really nice house. But then Patch, the Dudley Moore character, leaves the North Pole because he gets a bit. Something goes wrong. I won't. No spoilers here, mate, spoilers. For a 30-year-old movie. But yeah, it's he has to leave for a bit, but there's a misunderstanding. So he goes to find John Lithgow, this toy maker.
Right.
And it's a bit like, it does feel a bit like Elf in the character setup and him fitting into the world.
Right.
But it's a bit darker.
Okay.
Whereas Elf's really funny. This is a little bit more serious. So the whole second half of the film is this thrilling, like, exploration of consumerism. And, yeah, it's really weird, man. And there's like there's a good chase scene at the end with Father Christmas on his sleigh, and he's like, "Come on, we've got to do loop the loops and go." Dude, it's really, honestly, I don't know whether I'm making it sound good.
Did it have a director like change midway through? Like, this ain't gonna fly. We need to change some stuff.
Yeah, more exploding flying cars.
Yeah.
No, dude, like I said, it's worth a watch if you want a movie to put on. The tragic thing is, I don't think it's on like a streaming service, so I don't think you can get it for free. Hey, if you've got like a $5 kicking around, buy it. Yeah, just buy it to watch it. I think it's on YouTube to buy. I don't forget.
I don't really have a Christmas film. I've never really had one.
Oh, okay.
Like, as in one I'd be like, we need to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, I could say The Snowman, but everyone watches The Snowman, so that's not really, you know.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with The Snowman.
The Snowman's a great film. And sad.
And sad. What do you think of Elf?
I quite like it. I haven't seen it that many times. I think a lot of people like really hate it, really like it. But I think I've only seen it like twice.
This is why I ask, because I'm with you, right? I like it. I think it's a decent film.
I wouldn't switch it off. Like,
no, I feel like there's a lot of obsession with it.
There is a lot of obsession with it.
I don't know. I'm not really in that boat.
I get, maybe I'll give it another watch this Christmas. No, I kind of like Will Ferrell. Like, I don't like him in every film.
Sure.
There's some stinkers. There are some stinkers, but there are some great ones.
You take his stinkers to get the good
definitely.
ones. I always think about Will Ferrell that he's better in a smaller role.
Yeah.
Like, he's better just to come in and be like,
he's very full on, like, almost like Jack Black just takes over.
Exactly.
And then it's a Will Ferrell movie or whatever.
I think I liked him in Jay and Silent Bob because he's only got a small part. Have you not?
No,
dude. Oh, it is what it is, man. It's very funny but he plays a small role in that, and it's perfect.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's exactly that role. That's what Will Ferrell is good at, is being just this idiot that comes in every now and again, does a bit of Will Ferrell in, and then Will Ferrell's off into the distance.
It's Will Ferrell away now.
Yeah.
But I loved the first Anchorman. I think I watched that when I was like quite a bit younger than I am now, and I found it so funny.
Yeah.
Like, literally had me clutching my tummy, like like ha ha ha, genuine laughs.
You know what laughing sounds like.
Yeah, and we still, people still quote it today, especially when it's a hot day. It's like, oh, so hot.
Yeah.
That was a bad choice. The first one's great. And have you seen the second Anchorman?
I have seen the second Anchorman.
There's like, it's basically crap.
Yeah.
Basically. But there is that one scene where they amp up the fight. They just like You know, in the first film, they have that weird
Yes.
fight, and it's really funny because it comes out of like nowhere.
Yeah.
And you kind of expect it the whole time for the second film. Like, how are they going to do it? But I feel like they do it in the perfect way because it's so ridiculous anyway. And then they just amp it up to like 11.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith turns up as Anchorman.
Yeah,
and then there's
that's
Kanye West, and then someone turns into a werewolf.
Yeah.
And he's got like a gun from the future, and it just turns ridiculous. And I think that's perfect for it.
Oh, you know what I was going to say? I think the best thing about that is the cameos that show up.
Oh,
because
definitely.
it's so loaded with like A-listers.
Yeah, it is. It's like they must have spent the whole budget there.
Yeah,
Or they just
probably.
asked them, like, can you come in for today and just do...
Yeah.
I'm from ESPN Sports.
Yeah.
I think he calls in an airstrike at some point. It's just so weird.
Yeah. Dude, I like that kind of filmmaking. I remember listening to an interview with Robert Rodriguez, film director, from a while ago, and he was talking about how he got so many big names to come and be in his films when he was was starting out, or he was quite a low level director. And he said, all I was saying to these actors, look, just come down. It's not union stuff. You just come down. You'll be with me for 3 days. We'll have a really good time. We'll put you up. You've got a small part. It's not going to be stressful. It'll be fun. And he said he sold it to them, going, look, it's not going to be a big money maker, but you'll just have a good laugh, and it'll be a good film. We're making a good thing here. He says you'd be surprised the number of actors who are up for that.
That's so cool.
Because it's
they
so
probably
different.
don't get it very much.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise it's like months-long shoots. With this obligation, that obligation.
Yeah.
Right, come on, you've got to get this. We need this to be right.
Whereas turn up, and if it works out, great, and if it doesn't, don't worry.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great to be an actor of such a level that your part is just being you in the film?
Yeah.
Like where a director could go, look, I just need it to be you.
Yeah,
you
you
just
don't
need
have
to
to
be
do
in this
anything,
film, and people will find it hilarious.
Because you suck. Great.
Yeah, because you're such a bad person.
I don't know if it's linked around properly, but we like computers on the show. Anyway,
This is what happens when we record in the morning, mate.
It is because we're talking about stories and stuff. I'm an avid checker of like Imgur or Imager or whatever you call it, which is basically, I've talked about it before on the channel, but like a picture book version of Reddit. And you just scroll through and it's just laughs and stuff and just funny things.
Yeah.
I found something on there the other day that really did make me laugh. I was at work, obviously, when I found it, wasting time.
Naturally.
And it's basically predictive software reads all of the Harry Potter books and then writes a new chapter, like just literally based off what is read. And the book name it's given it is Harry Potter and the Portrait of What Looked Like a Large Pile of Ash. And I'll read like maybe a page and a half.
Oh, dude.
And honestly, I was reading it in my little office, and I was just like giggling to myself. Anyway, this is chapter 13, so an excerpt.
Okay.
Chapter 13 is called The Handsome One.
That sounds about I could believe that. Yeah.
Right, I'll try and read this without laughing or reading out loud badly, which is like a big fear of mine in front of a class. But here we go. Right, reading out loud or spelling in front of a class, the pressure's on.
Oh yeah, right.
Especially in a group of like students, they're like watching your every move. Anyway, chapter 13, The Handsome One. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically Right, come on. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling which was full of blood. The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic. It was something Harry Potter thought was very good. Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked along the grounds towards the castle. Ron was standing there doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family. Ron's shirt was just as bad as Ron himself. If you two can't clump happily, I'm going to get aggressive, confessed the reasonable Hermione. What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow, and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds. Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be spiders. He just was. He wasn't proud of that. but it was going to be hard to not have spiders all over his body after it was all said and done. Look, said Hermione, obviously there are loads of Death Eaters in the castle. Let's listen in on their meetings. The three complete friends zapped into the landing outside of the door to the castle roof. They almost legged it, but witches are not climbing. Ron looked at the doorknob, then looked at Hermione with searing pain. I think it's closed, he noticed. Locked, said Mr. Staircase, the shabby-robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was, and asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The password was Beefwoman, Hermione cried. Harry, Ron and Hermione quietly stood behind a circle of Death Eaters who looked bad. I think it's okay if you like me, said one Death Eater. Thank you very much, replied the other. The first Death Eater confidently leaned forward to plant a kiss on his cheek. Oh, well done, the second Death Eater said, as his friend stepped back again. All the other Death Eaters clapped politely. Then they took a few minutes to go over the plan to get rid of Harry's magic.
Dude.
It goes on like that, and it's just so
That's incredible.
weird. But, like, I like how funny it is.
Can you get the whole thing? Can you?
I don't know. I'll have a look.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think that post kind of gives you any more.
You know what? What's so great about that is it makes sense. Like,
It
sort
makes
of.
sense,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
like-
it makes more sense than you'd expect. That's scary, man.
I don't know if you can buy. Well, it's a book. It's like pictures of a book.
Oh, man. They
So
would
like
have...
that's what it looks like.
Oh,
Good
Christ,
podcasting
yeah.
here, but like I'm showing Ben a book,
Okay.
and it's like pictures. So I imagine you can get it.
That's a physical thing. That is a physical
It's
thing,
a
isn't
physical
it?
thing, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
oh, man, dude.
I like that. I enjoyed that a lot.
That's so good.
Mr. Staircase. Like, where does it come from?
The thing is, it sounds like Harry Potter as
Yeah,
well.
it
Like, that's dude. That's clever as well. I mean, I know not to get serious, but that's clever for an AI to spat that out.
To spit it, which we assume it probably just did straight away.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it had to like think about it. It probably just went.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What's because I know we've talked about like Google AI before, making pictures, making art that people have bought. But I was talking to another friend last night about machine learning.
Yeah.
And I think we've spoken about this before as well on the podcast about being able to change people's voices.
Yeah.
And how Adobe have started to get that software together.
Oh,
where I could make you say, whatever horrible thing, we wanted to say.
And then record it. Or, whatever.
Yeah. The latest thing that's happened is someone's made a pornographic film of Gal Gadot.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Where basically what they've done is they've given the machine all the photos of her face that it can find on Google.
Oh, wow.
And it's just Running Man style. If you remember the clip where it's literally in the clip where they're going, right, put this face here.
Yeah, and they like
That's what it's
replace
done.
it. That's mad. And I guess that's like totally capable.
Oh,
as
dude,
well.
absolutely,
like,
mate. Yeah.
I imagine you could probably put in the measurements for the body, find the closest match and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to get in, there's things where this is what it says. I haven't sought this video out, but it's saying if you know what you're looking for, if you're told beforehand that it's been made, then you can look at you can watch a face and you can kind of see, oh yeah, that's a bit uncanny just there. But we're not talking like slapping stills over it and it looks a bit like it looks like her. It's made to look like her, and it's really scary, dude. I mean, you could do that with anyone. I could put my face on whatever else.
On Arnie's body.
On Arnie's body, yeah.
And be like, wow, look, I have been working out. It is paying off.
Yeah. Just shaded in my 8-pack. Here it is, ladies.
On the topic of that sort of thing, I guess, have you seen the trailer for Ready Player One, the second trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have, dude.
I think now's a big call out to say if you haven't read the book, do it before the film's
Definitely.
out. Randy.
Definitely. Yes.
Randy, if you're still here.
Because you Kindled it, didn't you? You had it on your Kindle. Yeah.
Loved it.
Such a good book.
Actually, it's in. Sound like an advert now. It's in Tesco at the moment. It's £4.
Oh,
like for a paperback, £4.
Oh, definitely. But
literally right at the top. I think it's like number one because it's coming back round or something.
I think it's worth. Of all films, I'd say that is one where it's worth reading it probably before the film comes out.
I'm equal parts excited and terrified for the film.
Yeah,
because I love the book so much and I hyped it up so much to everyone I've talked to about.
Yeah.
I'm terrified the film will be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And like I read like a bunch of reviews of people that haven't read the book, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you know, I didn't do this.
It's a bit weird."
And
you know?
the thing that irked me in the second trailer is they talk about the Resistance, and I was like, I don't remember a Resistance being in the book.
One thing I do like is that they've kind of, I mean, naturally they were going to do this anyway, but they've even in the few years since Ready Player One, the book came out, they've updated the pop culture references in it. So like there's traces in it.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Overwatch.
So
like,
that's cool. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Which I guess you could expect them they would have done anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's kind of nice to see that they have actually paid. They've made that effort.
Yeah.
You know, to
that
add in
film
more
must
stuff.
have been a licensing nightmare.
Oh yeah.
I bet they've got a team just based around licensing.
Yeah,
Literally
must
just
have been.
sorting that end out constantly.
Yeah.
Because there's so many characters in it
Yeah.
from all sorts of.
I suppose what will probably have you probably have like. I guess you'd have a load of characters in background roles. Like there's there's a bit in the trailer where like Harley Quinn comes walking out.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be it'd be
like
straightforward to
Fair usage policy, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
maybe
barely in it.
I mean, I can't imagine a studio having much of an issue if the contract went, we're going to put this character in it. All they're going to do is walk around in the background.
Yeah.
You know, if you had her, for example, with whoever acting out of character or acting a bit weird, then maybe they have more of an issue. But if it's just like, oh look, there's so and so in the background. If you pause it here, they're in the background.
There's one thing I did notice as well. I've watched the trailer a few times.
Yeah, sure.
One thing I did notice as well. I guess spoilers very quickly. Well, it's not really spoilers. There's H. You know H in it. I think H in this is like almost like an orc kind of character instead.
Yeah, sure.
Which in the book it's just a dude. It's just a white guy.
Yeah.
I guess spoilers very, very quickly, so skip over like 10 seconds. But in the book, she's a black woman.
Yes,
Quite big black woman and all that sort of stuff. And in the trailer for the film, I think they're fighting right at the end. And he puts his hand up, it's like, time to fight for the Oasis. And it cuts back to him in the suit. And there's a black guy next to him. So I don't know if they've switched that round or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
So that interested me. I don't know if they've done that. You know, that might just be.
It could be, yeah.
It might just be a black girl, and I saw it wrong.
Be,
but it looked like a black dude to me.
Yeah. Oh, maybe then, or maybe it's like okay. Well, there's a few different ways. There's a few different ways it could go.
There's obviously going to be like all sorts of changes anyway.
Yeah. I think maybe it'll be like, here's it. I'm getting over this cold. Maybe it's going to have the same kind of idea that people aren't who they seem.
Yeah.
But just with the specifics. Kind of mixed up a little bit, maybe.
Because the resistance bit worries me a bit. But then I thought maybe it's because gunters isn't a particularly nice word to say.
Yeah, sure.
Because gunters in the book is what they are, isn't it?
Yes.
When they're looking for the
that's it. Yeah.
I think if they say gunters a lot, it sounds a bit.
Yeah,
not
gunters.
nice, is it? Whereas the resistance
it
sounds
a bit like
something
lots
else.
of other rude words. Yeah, right. Yeah. Fair enough.
If they say it quickly and a lot, I don't know. People might get the wrong idea.
It's like the Paddington advert where he goes, "Fuck you, little bear."
I haven't seen that.
I think he's supposed to be saying "Thank you, little bear," but
it's
definitely "Fuck you, little bear."
But yeah, no, equal parts excited and terrified for it.
Yeah,
I really hope the job is great, and I hope the film's great.
I hope so. I think it's at the end of the day, it's going to be one of these ones where it doesn't take the book away. It doesn't erase the book.
No,
if the film's bad.
It just sullies it.
But it will do. Yeah, I'll never read it again. We haven't even got on to anything that we said we were going to talk about.
Haven't
today.
we?
Well, we've got these two big bits left. Because to be fair, we were going to talk about Stranger Things a little bit.
Go on then.
Only because we both finished watching it now.
Yeah, you've caught up. You've watched.
I watched all of it except the last 30 seconds delivery now.
Just to keep myself on edge.
I know this is like the coldest take ever now that it's been out for like weeks and weeks. But what do you reckon?
Ice cold. I loved it. Really liked it. There's that episode that I'm sure we'll talk about now, which I don't think anyone likes. Everyone I've talked to about it didn't like it. Episode 7, where 11 goes off on her own to Chicago to. It's not even really clear what she's doing. I want to find some
Warriors for a bit.
around for a bit. No, but I thought it was great. I thought it, and I've said to you this before, but I think it lacked a lot of the mystery of the first one.
Sure,
there was a lot more like what's going on, and the Upside Down seemed a lot more dangerous last time round. If you go there and it's really difficult to get back, and I don't know, it seemed a lot more scary. Well, I think it was a lot more scary the first one.
I think it was more like a because it was centered obviously around the Demogorgon. It was more like a horror slasher kind of like that kind of thing where you've got the one enemy that's going to show up. Who knows when it's going to show up? And like you say, if you go into the Upside Down, you're screwed. That's that's the terror of it. Is that oh now I know I'm dead.
Get back,
I don't know. Maybe it's because Will in this one was flicking back and forth very early on in the series. Maybe that kind of lessened it a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Like it made it more familiar.
Best character, Bob
the Brain.
Bob the Brain.
Yeah,
surely.
Dude. I did really like him.
He was great, but he was too. I said this to Kelly after he popped it.
Yeah,
I was like, he was too nice to ever live in that world.
Yeah.
Do you know he never had a place?
Well, do you know what's really funny? Because I don't know whether this was apparent or not. Because Claire picked this up. She was convinced about 3 or 4 episodes in. She was saying he's going to turn out to be like a plant.
Oh, really?
He's too nice.
Okay.
Like
he's a Soviet spy sort of thing.
Or like maybe from the lab or someone. Okay. He's going to turn out to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on here. Time for you to die, kind of thing. And I was like, I don't know. But then
that would have been cool.
Not to nip away real quick, but I told you about the Beyond Stranger Things interview, the interview show. That's one of the things they mentioned in that. They brought it up very briefly. Well, the interviewer says, I was convinced he was a bad guy. And the creators, the Duffer Brothers, were like, what? That wasn't intentional in the slightest.
No, I didn't pick up on that at all.
Well, no. It was more coming from Claire. I don't know, maybe. I could see it.
I loved him in it. I thought he was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, when he first came in, I was like, why is Samwise in this show? And like the first bits were a bit creepy when he was getting like all sexual with the mother. I was he's a bit lame. But then when he started doing like all the hero stuff and he started being nice, I was like, oh my god, he's amazing.
Yeah. Please don't die. Please don't die.
Please don't die. No, the second he died, I was like, he was just too nice for this world.
Sorry.
Especially.
I like Steve's character in this.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's more fleshed out as like a real world character than in the first. In the first one, he was more of a bad guy, sort of, who came goodish.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas he's just a nice guy, I guess. In this one. And his antagonist, I guess, is that other guy who kind of takes everything from him.
Exactly.
Like, he loses his girlfriend and then loses the head of the school. Being
exactly. Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to care quite as much.
But
as
he's just such a dickhead, that character.
Oh, he's so
unlikable.
But he's such a good. He's perfect at it. That actor is nailing the dickhead.
Yeah.
He really is. He's perfect,
dude. Even like towards the end, where they don't even. I wonder whether he's going to have more of a role in the series to come, because other than his conversation with Max, where she's like, "You leave me alone," he doesn't really have any kind of. Like
he doesn't
he doesn't change. I mean, even right at the end, they've still got foot on the throttle of evilness with him when he's coming on to that mum.
Yeah,
coming on to a mum. It's just
that scene's so funny though. So he really nails it. It's like, I didn't know I had a sister. Oh, I'm her mum.
Yeah. Man. No, I thought it was really good. I thought the kids are still not annoying as child actors.
No, not at all.
The only one who I don't like so much is Will. I'm glad that he doesn't have as much to do, I suppose. Because maybe it's because I don't feel the connection, because in the first one he was missing for a lot of it. Yeah. It's like the guy in the Hangover movies who they're trying to find.
Yeah, you never. It's like he's not really a character.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a goal. I can never remember his name. The guy that Finn plays.
Mike.
Yeah, I felt in this season he didn't do that much because he was so upset about 11 and stuff. He didn't. It was definitely focused on the other guys. Like loads of stuff happened to the other three. Yeah. Whereas Mike's just kind of next to Will all the time. Like, oh my god.
This was interesting because again, this was when they were talking to Finn about that aspect of his character, because he was saying about how he, because 11 wasn't around, he didn't have that person to interact with. Yeah. So, and he's in the actors going, oh, it's really good because I had all these scenes with Will where I can like look after him, and that was a strong connection. I'm going, didn't really pick up on that being that big of a connection, it was just...
He was just after 11 the whole time, really. Yeah. Which is fine, because you would be that, especially as a kid and all that sort of stuff. And it was sad when he was like radioing her every episode. Yeah. And she's like really close and then really far away. Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought his character was definitely like downplayed. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, sure.
Because he's like the main character almost in the first series, to be honest. He's basically the protagonist. Yeah. And those are his mates. Whereas it's definitely swept around.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was the whole kind of Dustin love triangle with Max and the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel that so much.
I kind of get why it's there, because that's like such a testing thing for young friends to go through, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I guess.
And I guess
yeah.
they're at the age where they're probably start getting interested.
Yeah.
How old are they? Are they like 12 or 13
12, I
or
think
something?
it's supposed to be around that sort of
Yeah,
age.
11, 12. I guess, yeah, it's the sort of age you start looking at girls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
When Dart showed up,
Yeah.
immediately, bad egg.
Oh, yeah. Should have gotten rid of him straight
Got rid of
away.
it. As soon as she was trying to put in the food out for the cat, I turned to Claire, cat's dead.
Cat
Sure enough.
Cat was dead.
Which is good filmmaking, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
to
definitely.
direct your emotions like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Cat's going to be dead.
Cat's definitely dead. Well, the minute she starts going, kiddos, come on.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's
cat's
dead.
definitely dead.
Yeah. No, it's good. I really enjoyed it.
I know we talked about this very briefly before we started recording, but the only thing I'm not looking forward to is if it explores too much of the other children, if there are other children. Because obviously 11 went to go and meet 8.
Yeah.
If there's
You
9
assume
others,
there's,
yeah. I mean, I know I'm saying what I said before, but when they had that scene where they were discussing the differences between their powers,
yeah.
I was thinking, this is going to be like Heroes or something, where it's going to be, we've got the one that walk through walls, we've got someone who can shoot electricity.
Yeah, someone that heals automatically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've got a mind reader. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not down for that, man. That's not what
I'm
it's
not
about.
either. And I think what's kind of cool about 11 is you're not really too sure what her powers are. It's like you're led on like, she can like hear in conversations from ages away and kind of project herself, I guess,
Yes,
and also move things. And
Yeah.
but that's what's quite good about it. It's like the mystery of what she can actually do, and like why can she close the gate, for instance?
Yeah. See, that was one thing from series 1 that it took me a while to remember, was what that relationship between her and the Upside Down was.
Yeah.
But wasn't it that she opened it? I think
she opened it.
She made it was that she came first. Well, that's what I mean, because we were trying to decide whether it was like the Upside Down had created her in some way.
Yeah.
But it was the experiments that created her, and then she allowed access, or she resulted in getting to the Upside Down. Oh man, it's just weird. It's
Maybe
very strange things.
I think in the first series they talk about the science teacher talks about the bug walking on a tightrope, and if we were on a tightrope, we could only walk along it, but a bug can go all the way around.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe 11 is like the bug and can go all the way around and open it up for everyone else. I don't know, something like that. But no,
good show though.
interesting. I really hope that I don't want to see any other powered children at all.
No.
And to be honest, like the way it ended with I can see a season 3. I really can.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get season 3 and 4, which is cool.
Yeah.
I really hope that they just contain it all to Hawkins. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't
Yeah.
I don't feel it needs to.
Yeah, I would almost like it to be that just something completely new happens, but it just happens to happen in Hawkins again.
Yeah.
And that's the conceit, and you're like, yeah, whatever. It's what are the chances? But it has.
Yeah.
But it's something different and external that then they deal with the characters as they are.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
11's not connected to it. She just is who she is.
Yeah, and helps out somehow.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Could well happen. We'll have to see. I think it's all going to be based upside down stuff, isn't it? Because the big monsters are kind of crowding over angrily at the thing. Well, it'd be interesting to see where it does go though, because it could have ended at season 1. Could have done.
Yeah.
Because at the end of season 1, 11 disappears and that's it.
Yes, yeah.
And you can assume that's kind of the whole thing over. And then they reopened it for season 2. I wonder if they had already planned season 2 when they're making season 1.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe that would explain why she comes back so easily.
Yeah.
Is if they go, okay, right, well, we need let's not waste episodes and episodes of her getting back. Let's just get back to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, maybe if they were going to do it, maybe leave it out of season 3 and then have the shadow monster return.
Yeah.
In season 4, maybe. Or have it, something to do with that again. Something to do with the Upside Down again in season 4. So it has time to sit and time to return instead of just being still here.
Yeah. I guess we'll see, won't we?
We will, mate.
Do we want to digest the big topic of today?
Oh, mate, absolutely, yeah. I'm feeling like I'm going to fall asleep any second. It's like I should be awake, middle of the morning. But yes, mate, yes. What is today's big topic?
It's Star Wars.
Ooh. What the world needs is another podcast discussing The Last Jedi.
Okay, so here's two super underqualified,
fresh takes.
fresh takes. I'm going to explain why I liked it first.
Okay.
Because I did really like it.
Should we do like a little bit of non-spoilery stuff, just general talk for people?
Yeah.
And
okay,
then not much, but not a lot. But then just in case people haven't seen it, why would okay? If you had a friend who hadn't gone to see it, what would you say to them?
I'd say it's worth seeing because it's so unpredictable. The whole thing, everything, even if you have seen like one Star Wars thing or any other movie, I just found the whole thing super unpredictable in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Like everything you think that was important or everything you think that is gonna happen either doesn't or happens in a way you just don't expect.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'd say when in the trailers when Luke Skywalker's going, this is not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
I almost wonder whether they put that line in.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's the film that doesn't go the way you think it's going to go in the slightest.
A lot of people I talked to kind of complained that it was slow at the start, but I didn't find that at all. I wasn't sitting in the cinema thinking, oh, it's a bit slow.
Yeah,
I didn't have that at any point. And maybe it's just because I was enjoying it anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're like...
Hang on, it's slow at the start. I mean, this is the opening scene, the opening space battle.
Is awesome.
That... I don't know.
I mean, like, after all that. But
yeah, okay. I was going to say...
Yeah.
I was like, yawn, God, get me some Trade Federation stuff.
yeah. Please bring that back.
Yeah. I think everyone in it was great as well.
Yeah.
And, just real quick, the guy who plays Poe is the guy from Ex Machina.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because Donald Gleason's in it as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, so he is.
No, what's his name? Yeah. Both of them are in Ex Machina.
Is Poe the main?
Yeah, the main guy with the beard and the bald head. It took me a long time to actually go, oh, yeah, definitely. Dude, it's the same people.
I did not realise that.
How cool is that?
That's mental.
There you go.
Let's get into spoilers.
I think dude. Yeah, so just stop listening now.
Yeah,
if you want
you might
to
as well just stop completely.
To be fair, it's been out for a week or so.
Yeah, here's a warning. Switch it off now. We're not going to talk about anything else.
Yeah, that's it. It's just some bullshit. That's it. Just stop.
Save yourself half an hour.
No, you should do. Please do us a favour. Turn the volume down and just leave it playing.
Yeah. Do that for us. That'd be great.
Yeah, come on, man.
Volume 0.
We've got to get the analytics going.
I loved it. I really did love it, and it's my second favourite Star Wars film ever.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's my favourite of the new stuff. Definitely. I think Empire Strikes Back is always going to be the quintessential Star Wars film.
Sure.
I think it's really hard to beat, but it's definitely my second favourite.
Yeah.
I thought everything was just done so well, and I totally get it. Like when even Mark Hamill was saying in our interviews, he disagreed with what happened with Luke.
He at the start, he had a lot of discussion with Rian Johnson.
But Luke's like the most hopeful guy in the galaxy. Why has he given up?
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of explained quite well in the film.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed. Sam Brown was saying he didn't like it that they kept repeating the story with how Luke lost Kylo. Ignited the lightsaber.
Okay.
But I quite like that because you get it from two different perspectives.
Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, no, I thought that was good because it was like, right, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is my version, and then you kind of build on that, and then you build on that, and it enriches your understanding of why that happened and what they were coming, and why Ben Solo feels the way he does.
Yeah,
and I think that it adds to it it wasn't just he tried to kill me, it was a real betrayal, and then it makes you feel sad about the misunderstanding of it as well.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get that twinge of like, oh no,
it's just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah,
I guess. But yeah, it's great how I thought that was great how that was explained.
Yeah,
showed off.
I think because talking about Luke Skywalker being like this hope, this figure of hope.
Yeah,
I liked the fact that he was broken by it.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that actually worked. I think he doesn't have to stay the same hopeful figure of light throughout.
Yeah.
When he's saying and when he's getting ready to feel the dark and the light and going, what bit of that says that the Jedi needs, that it's that the light belongs to the Jedi.
Yeah.
And he's saying it's balance, it's all of it.
Yeah.
I like that he's come to that understanding.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's really cool.
But I like the fact that he said I'll come here to die.
Yeah.
And he's just totally given up. And then he explains all the the Sith overtook the Jedi right under their noses and all sorts of stuff, and it's, all
yeah.
of it's all their fault and all that sort of thing. I get that, because he is the last one left, and then he fails with Ben Solo.
Yeah, yeah.
You would feel like crap.
You know, when I'm saying this out loud with you now, it reminds me of, we've talked about this, I think, on the podcast, where there was a Cracked article a while ago that talked about the missed opportunity with the prequels, where they were saying it could have been the story of balance, where he's going, the way should be the balance between the two. And it could have been a prequel trilogy that portrayed the Jedi as just as bad as the Sith.
Yeah.
But in a different way. You know, one's indoctrinated, celibate, you know, very, very...
super regimented.
Super regimented. And the dark side is going, no, you need to give into your passion, your feelings, you know, you need to... I wonder whether that's... Not that one article has influenced Rian Johnson, you know, it's not like that. But maybe it's that kind of feel where it's going, no, it isn't two sides. It needs to be an acceptance of the Force. Like, you know,
the whole spectrum,
thing. Yeah.
Because, they do swing one way or the other, and that's what creates Jedi and Sith, I guess.
Because that's what he says to Rey when he's going, you saw the dark side and you didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
And that's what scares him.
Yeah.
When he's going, you didn't even try and turn away. Maybe that's him not understanding what she's maybe going to go on to.
Yeah. Because she's...
maybe.
It's interesting, because she's obviously going to use the whole spectrum. I guess that'll be the new thing, won't it?
Yeah,
they'll be able to be angry, and they'll be able to be super passionate and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the death of Snoke.
Okay, yes.
Because
you had an interesting... I like your thought about this.
So basically, let's try not to get too geeky, but... in Star Wars, the Sith have this thing called the Rule of Two, where there's only like a master and apprentice, and when the apprentice has learned everything from the master, he kills the master because he's learned everything, and he becomes... The idea is that if there's less dark side users, the more powerful those individual users are.
Yes.
So they it's almost like there's a finite amount of it, and they share it all out, which is why they're generally able to beat Jedi, because they're a bit stronger, because they've got more dark side than they've got light side, because it's more spread out. So when Snoke, just before Kylo kills Snoke, Snoke's like, fulfill your destiny, like, be who you're meant to be.
Yeah.
And he twists the lightsaber and kills him. I thought that was an admission of, like, I've shown you everything I know.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to be the supreme leader. Because after that, he does go fully bad.
Yeah.
Because there's that turmoil initially.
Yeah.
And I get the impression that's all been pushed aside now, and now he is.
That's
I assume Kylo's going to be the big bad for the next one.
You'd hope so, yeah.
I'd hope so, yeah.
Because I think it's an interesting idea, because I like it.
Because Rey's on her knees, isn't she? And he's...
Yeah.
You're led to believe he wants Kylo to kill her.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe he does want him to kill him.
Yeah. Maybe it's an acceptance.
Because he says in the first The Force Awakens, it's like, it's time to complete your training. He says that to him after he's failed killing Rey.
Yeah.
He's like, right, come to me, it's time to finish your training.
Yeah.
And maybe that is the thing. Also, a great scene when it happens.
Oh, dude, it's
when he's like slowly twisting the lightsaber with the Force, and he just switches on. It's like, oh my god!
Dude, there was so many cool little. That whole scene, that whole fight that comes after it as well.
Amazing.
It looks really 80s to me, like a real Flash Gordon with the drapes, that bright, almost like a stage where it's just red background. I really like the look of that.
Amazing, yeah.
But then there's so many little moments where it's almost like they've started listening when people are going, oh, but can you do this with a lightsaber? Why can you do this?
Yeah, definitely.
When he just catches it and just
switches it on,
switches it on into the guy's head,
Mate,
and then off again.
Bit. That was so good.
The people in the cinema, I might or might not, were like, yes,
yeah,
like,
love that bit. Yeah, it was so cool, because what I thought was great about that scene as well is generally when Jedi or whatever, people with lightsabers fight other people, there's almost no competition.
Yes, yeah.
And those red guards actually seem to put up quite a decent fight.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like,
well, it's like they've had long enough to prepare and go like, right, we're ready for you now. Like, we're actually ready to go.
But they're actually hard.
Do you know what I really? Do you know? Okay, the fact that Rian Johnson has basically burnt to the ground a lot of what was set up in The Force Awakens. Yeah. I think it's a really positive thing. One example I can give is that scene at the end of it, at the very end, because it sets up by the fact that you get rid of Snoke, get rid of all of that, start again, effectively start again with it. It gives you Kylo Ren's motivation. It solidifies it so much, because when he's saying to her, like, going, right, no, we need to start again, you and me. Yeah. We can control everything.
I knew she wouldn't, but in that scene where he's like, take my hand, I almost thought, God,
Yeah.
what if she does?
Yeah.
And I thought maybe the second one, they're both evil. I just
Maybe.
played it through in my head really quickly. It's like, oh my God, what if she does?
That could be insane. But
But
dude, it enriches his motivation so much because then you get it. It's not just I want to rule everything.
He's the best character.
Oh,
Kylo
dude,
Ren's
easily.
the best character by such a long stretch.
Yeah.
He's so
I like
complex.
Adam Driver more and more with everything I
Yeah.
see him in. And he's weirdly wide and ripped. He's a
Yeah.
good-looking bloke. But that scene,
Yeah.
where he's got his trousers up round his nipples.
Yeah, some weird.
I don't know, he's an ex-Marine. He used to be a Marine. Yeah. So he's obviously a fit guy. I like the way they sort of hung a lampshade on that with her going, "Please, can you put something on?"
Yeah.
And it was he says like, "I'm not into this any more than you are."
Yeah. I thought it was great as well when Snoke kind of laughs at him for wearing the mask as well, because that's set up to be quite a big deal. The mask, and he just destroys it. It's another example, I guess, of Rand Johnson being like, "No, it's stupid.
Don't worry about this."
Yeah. But he's like, take off that ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
And when Snoke says, you're like, oh, so he's not wearing it because of Snoke.
Yeah.
He just turned up one day wearing it.
Well, because in The Force Awakens, when Han Solo is saying to him, just take it off, you don't need to wear it.
Yeah.
And he's, what do you think you're going to see under? It's like, dude, just get rid. It doesn't.
Yeah. I think it's just to give the evil look, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, because it's just these things that were teed up and then have been completely disregarded.
Yeah.
Like the way he was trying to be Darth Vader, the way he was trying to be him.
Yeah.
And now you look at what we've got instead, and it feels fresh. It feels so much fresher and healthier.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Rather than just a retread again and again of the same sort of things.
Yeah, if The Force Awakens was a retread of A New Hope, this is nothing like
this is
Empire Strikes Back. I didn't think it was at all.
No, I agree, mate. If I'm honest, I agree. I think people have said there are certain beats that it borrows really heavily.
Yeah.
But I think, well, of course there's going to be like space battle.
It had
and
the
there's
join
gonna
me
be...
thing like that, I guess, a little bit with Luke.
Yeah, but it's
Vader.
things that are going to happen when you've got this world
Yeah.
where you've got two main opposing sides. There's,
I was surprised how reduced the resistance was. There's like 30 of them left at the end.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens there, because it's such a small...
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what they do with Leia, because she's real life dead.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
she lived through...
I thought they could have just redone it so that she died.
Well, I thought she might disappear into the Force with Luke at the end.
Maybe.
Like as a brother and sister kind of...
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Because Luke effectively dies, doesn't it, I guess?
Yeah.
Or goes into the Force.
Dude, there's something I wanted to point out, and then we should definitely talk about that whole last act when they're on Crate, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bit I wanted to was what a nice parallel with Empire Strikes Back is the time discrepancy, because the rebels seem to be on the run for like 16 hours, 18 hours or whatever. Rey seems to be with Luke Skywalker for weeks.
Yeah.
But in the same way that Luke's with Yoda for like a long time, running alongside the main,
There's lots of night scenes on that planet.
Yeah.
Where she's with Luke.
I mean, I'll forgive it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
maybe it's a short day. Or yeah.
But dude, just skipping straight to the last fight between Luke and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I really loved that, man.
Yeah, I
really
loved
liked it.
Because it's great because Luke doesn't get his lightsaber out and anything, he just kind of dodges for a long time. And it's like, shit, and when he gets blasted with all those blasters.
Yeah.
I thought he's going to be like, I honestly thought he'd be holding up like a force field.
Yeah.
And then he'd let it go.
He
just doesn't.
It's really funny because I like the fact that he's going, I can't let you kill me. He's like, no, because if you kill me, when he's saying, it's almost like okay, so when Obi-Wan gets killed by Darth Vader and goes, it's almost like a threat.
Yeah.
When he has the classic line, if you strike me down now, I'll be stronger than you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
It's almost like when Luke says a similar kind of line, it's not a threat. It's like a preventative. It's like a sympathy. It's like going, no, I'm not going to let you do it.
Yeah.
Because if you kill me, you'll carry this with you
like
forever.
Yeah.
Forever. So no, it's no. I wondered if he was going to kill himself.
Oh really?
I had it for a fleeting second after he said that. I was like, he's going to run at him, and Luke's just going to do himself in and be like, and deny him the chance to do it.
Mate, there was one scene where I generally didn't know what to expect. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's going to try and do, because obviously Luke walks out on his own.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what happens now? Because at this point you don't know he's a projection. which was a great reveal.
What's really weird though, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Hindsight here. When he showed up in that doorway, for about 30 seconds, I was like, he's going to say to Leia, "I'm not really here."
Yeah.
It's going to be, I'm here as a message, because I was like, how did he get in? He's just shown, like, because we didn't see him leave.
Yeah.
But then completely, that thought completely went out my head. Completely gone.
What interests me is he touched Leia though, like kissed her on the head.
Yes.
Whereas nothing else. I guess it's because she's force sensitive or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And then he walks out and can't be touched by.
Maybe she knew.
Maybe,
And
but
didn't say anything.
Mate, what threw me off initially was like he's had a shave because he's
yes,
pretty ragged.
yes, dude,
And
exactly. Yeah, that was it.
And stuff. I was like,
that was it. That's how much I'd dropped the idea, because he's got his old lightsaber,
yeah,
which he hasn't got
because
it got destroyed.
He says I've cut off from the Force or something, doesn't he?
No, dude, it's the lightsaber that they tear in half.
That's the blue one.
It's the blue one. He turns it on, and I was like, oh right. So where's that? Not thinking it's the same, but thinking, oh, I was expecting to be his green one from like Return of the Jedi. You know that? Yeah, it was, dude. It was such a good setup, because it's all these little tweaks in your head that go, hang on, he's had like you say, he's had a shave, he's tidied himself up a bit.
Yeah, and
that doesn't make sense. But you don't go, he's not really there.
No, not at all.
It just triggers a little bit in your brain. Dude, but it was very well done.
What it did make me think is like, if he was there, what would he have done?
Yeah,
because the odds they're against are insurmountable.
Yeah,
effectively.
Yeah,
like they've basically been wiped out, and that's why it'd be interesting to see what happens next.
Yeah,
because I don't know how they'll build a resistance out of what they've got.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
They put out a big call, like, don't they?
Yeah,
to help, and nobody comes back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Well, that's that then.
That's that.
Just to touch on this, the only bit I didn't like was when they go to that casino planet.
Mate, I thought Finn's story was really weak. That's the only. I loved the film. That's the only part I didn't like. Was Finn's story seemed a bit.
It
by
felt,
the by.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Honestly, it felt a little bit like he was given something to do.
Yeah.
Because when they have that chat with Maz Kanata, when she's going, "Oh, you're going to need a code breaker to get in," I'm like, "What? Where's this? What? Really? Is this?" It just seems a bit for the sake of it. Oh yeah, you're going to need a code breaker. There's someone that I can tell you to go and get.
I just kept thinking, like, do they have time to go and do that? Right
yeah,
now?
Exactly. Yeah,
they obviously did, but
yeah, I like Benicio del Toro's character.
Yeah,
really enough, I thought he was really good, and I liked the point that he was made. I like the point of that storyline.
Yeah,
where it's like, you know, in war, you're not the good guys or the bad guys. It's the way it is. You know, profiteering and all that kind of business.
Yeah, and it's like, he opens something up and he's like, oh, we sold TIE fighters, and then we also sold X-Wings.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, we're just guys shooting guys, and they don't really care who. Yeah, who
exactly.
What I liked about that side story with Finn, though, is that it doesn't work out. And usually every side story, which is another reason why I really liked the film, is because like most side stories in Star Wars, you know, oh, this is a last ditch effort, it might not work.
Yeah,
but it always works. You know, it always pays off.
Yeah.
But this time it didn't, and I thought that's actually quite refreshing and nice to see that it didn't work.
Yeah,
and not every plan's going to go to.
Well, dude, none of the plans, because the plan on Crate where they're like, we need to go out and try and destroy everything. Yeah, they don't. No. They try and destroy the big gun. They don't.
No. Oh yeah, it smashes through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The whole big gun thing I thought was strange, because like they could have just leveled the mountain. Like
fair enough.
Whatever. You know, let's not go into there, but because they obviously it wasn't covered completely by metal because they got out the back.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, we'll glaze over that.
Yeah,
and when they start destroying the resistance ships, it's like, why are they shooting one laser at a time? Like, they've got like 100 ships following them, and they're just like. One of my favorite scenes throughout the whole thing though was when the new resistance leader takes over, when Leia's like in a coma, purple hair lady. I can't remember what she's called.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who she? I forget her name. But
is she the producer?
No, dude. She's Ellie Sadler from Jurassic Park. And I can't remember her name. I feel really bad. I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah, I know.
It's her though.
The one that starts out the car and it's like, wow.
Yeah. So it's her.
That's mad.
Yeah. But anyway, yes.
She takes over like the resistance while she's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not dead, in a coma. And like Poe disagrees with her and they have a bit of a mutiny and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And you think she's bad. I thought she was bad.
Yes, yeah.
And that's led really well. And then turns out she's just following what Leia said anyway.
Dude, I like the other side of that where it shows that Poe isn't right.
No, yeah.
It's because you're used to it. Again, like you were saying, you're used to it being, he can see what's really going on. He's going to save the day because he's going to defy. It's like, no, get back in your place.
Yeah, yeah,
because you don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, and that was played really well.
Yeah.
But her final scene with the light speed maneuver was, I thought, so good.
Dude, yeah.
And again, unexpected.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming because basically she gets on the main ship while they're all escaping.
Yeah.
And then turns it round, and they're all of the First Order like laughing, stupid, whatever. And then they see she starts engaging light speed, and like, holy shit! If she comes at us at light speed, it's gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that scene, how it's played out, when it's like totally silent, you just see that massive beam of light go through all of the ships.
Yeah, yeah.
And then suddenly it's like.
Yeah.
I was like. That was such a cool scene. I was like, that's such a good idea.
You know what? It's something we haven't seen before in these films.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
It looks really, really good.
And it made me think, like, if all those ships could have jumped to light speed, why don't they just turn them all round, get everyone off them, and just fire them and just see what happens?
Just go
if
for
one
it.
can do that, like, imagine
man.
the remaining fleet doing that.
Yeah.
But no, another interesting thing about Poe is like they managed to destroy a frigate, don't they? But at the cost of like 20 of their bomb, or basically their whole bombing fleet.
Yeah.
And there's like, we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. It is, and that again, it's that character trait for him where it's going, no, mate, this isn't the way to get it done.
Yeah.
I like that blend. Dude, it's because it's almost like he's the opposite of Kylo Ren in a way.
Yeah.
He's the good guy
Version
where
of
there's
Kylo.
loads. Yeah, well, no, yeah, where he's the guy who's on the good side, where there's all these bad traits in him.
Yeah.
And you wonder whether he's actually knows what he's doing. Whereas with Kylo Ren, it's like he's on the bad side, but you're constantly going, he's conflicted. There's all these good things where he does want to do the right thing. Oh, dude, I really and you know what? Talking to you about it has made me remember all these things I love about it.
Man, I'm really glad you liked it because everyone else I've talked to have basically said, apart from a few, have basically said they didn't like it. And I think one of the main reasons I really liked it is because I was never a big fan of the original ones.
Okay.
I only saw them when I was 18. Like I never had it as a child. Like it was never like a big movie for me.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped me see past the whole Luke thing because I think a lot of people hated how Luke was portrayed. But I loved it because I guess I'd only ever seen it from like the adult perspective. I'd never been like, wow, he's the big hero.
You know what? I would love to ask because you're right, man. It's been very divisive. There are a lot of people that are going, no, terrible film.
Yeah.
I would love to know what those Star Wars fans who didn't like it, what they would have wanted to have seen.
Yeah.
What film did you want? What did you want them to be?
I think they would have wanted the more predictable one.
Yeah. It's like,
Luke manages to save everybody and Snoke's still the bad guy next time round and I guess Kylo becomes a new Vader.
Yeah,
I guess that's
exactly.
probably what they would have wanted.
And then Snoke gets killed in the last one.
Yeah, we've seen it all before.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see what they do in the next film.
Yeah, oh dude, absolutely.
Because as far as I'm concerned, the Resistance is dead.
And that's the best thing about this. What more could you
we
want from a
don't
film
know.
except going, I really want to see the next one. I really want to see what happens next.
I thought it was, like I say, the best like one that's not Empire Strikes Back.
yeah, fair
because
enough.
Because you can't beat that. But if that film didn't exist, I would happily say Last Jedi is the crown jewel of the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's, dude, I just love how fresh it is.
And stylistically as well, with all those red, all the red in it, like the big red room on Crate, the red salt, whatever it was, everything looked great. Because after that battle on Crate, it just looks like there's blood everywhere. But it's actually just the salt, but it's so well, like, metaphors.
Dude,
and
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely,
It was really
mate.
cool.
Yeah. No, man, it was very, very cool. That's I guess
probably rounds us off, doesn't it?
We've rinsed out the rag of Last Jedi. Man, it's the first film in a long time where I've actually been thinking I might go and see it again in the cinema.
Mate, I would probably go and see it again.
Yeah, maybe I should.
I'll definitely be like watching it the second it's out on Blu-ray or whatever. I'll definitely just get it.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, Blu-ray. Awesome. Well, we might as well finish up there, I reckon.
I think we'll wrap up, mate. Yeah. Did you want to do quick question from the man. There were these bloody segments. Look, right. Question from the cube.
Quick question.
It's coming, right? If you've heard this before, then you know what this is. What are your favourite apps?
Visco, Instagram, Twitter.
Didn't you do a video of what's on my phone? Very
Yeah, why not check the latest
video?
video?
Like in the last week.
Yeah, check the latest video. There you go.
I'm going to try and be topical here. Just an app that I wouldn't normally do. I like the Zero finance app for our new business because it's really useful. There's loads of stuff that does stuff like this, but it means you can take photos of receipts and just put it straight into your accounts. So if you're out and about or whatever, I find it really useful. Trying to step away from the apps I'd normally talk about.
This podcast brought to you by Zero Finance.
Yeah, Zero. Yeah. They're all right. The app's fine. It's fine. It does
Actually,
the job.
wasn't that great?
Right, now we've finally wrapped up.
Sorted.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Go and see Star Wars if you haven't.
If you got this far, then thank you for listening. Give us a like.
Cheers, Randy.
Drop a comment. Thanks to Tony Thaxton, as always, for our theme.
Cheers.
Bite Review on Twitter.
Yeah.
Benji One Long. I just want to go and have some Christmas cheer now. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.